accurately and completely with me, that you can be able to cross the questions of a coming year's question or the previous year's question. You can attempt each and every questions that I can say you. And in the class of it that I said that the mains questions are also there. The mains question every year it is asking on an average 4. And after discussing all, I have given some idea about the space technology and how I will start. So some of the students understood perhaps that it is a class has started, but I have given an overview, guys. Okay. So I'll take your class for space technology, and in the last class I have given that some flow chart for space technology. Please remember those flow chart, so that it will help you to what I said, that completely comprehensive understanding of your space technology. So now I am going to start with the types of orbit, and and please like a good student, keep on listening, and whatever the problems you are facing sometime possibly, but there will not be a even possible of problem you will face. But if you will face any problem, just write down on your side of your copy or the notes, and at the end of the today's class you can put your query. And I guarantee you that 2 days and after 2 days tomorrow class you will be the most happiest. So please, for what I want to convey you, just take it like that and do it, and we'll move ahead. And whatever your doubts, 100% I'll take your doubts at the end of the class, and all those should be related to the class. Doubts should be related to the class, not about the management aspects and all. I'll handle all your, I said that, aspects of it today's class. So space technology is there, and we'll have to see about the types of orbit, and there are the major orbits. If we can be able to see, there it is LEO, MEO, and what I said that GEO, and above there is also one, it is GEO. So there are these are the different types of orbit. Please keep on listening, and you can understand and you can find each and everything is as per your requirement, and you will get more than your requirement. So this is, I said that the 3 major types of orbit the people used to say, that LEO, MEO, GEO, and HEO, HEO. So now if I say that the types of orbit LEO, if I say that the types of orbit LEO means low Earth orbit, and generally some books are talking about, some books says that it is from 160 kilometer to 2000 kilometer, some book is talking about 200 kilometer to 2000 kilometer, but I say that it is around 400 kilometer to 2000 kilometer. And you can say any one of them, you can also say this, you can also say this, but after certain period you will come to know, why it is 400 kilometer, because the UPSC can ask also the question, yes, low Earth orbit is from 160 to 2000 kilometer, low Earth orbit is from 160 to 2000 kilometer height above the Earth's surface, but why it is much better in the range of 400 to 2000 kilometer, that is there. Okay. So one I talked about, the important part is 400 kilometer to 2000 kilometer. Another one, it is, I said, MEO, medium Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, and it is from, I said that 8000 to 20,000 kilometer, 8,000 to 20,000 kilometer, but some says it starts from the 2,000 to 20,000. It is not like this. It can be, but there is no as such orbit between 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. The orbit generally starts for the satellites from the 8,000 kilometer, 8,000 to 20,000 kilometer. And another point, I said that it is geosynchronous Earth orbit, GEO, or it is known as full form geosynchronous Earth orbit.
and that is from, that is height is on an average it is 36,000 kilometer, but if you see the exact figure, it is, I said that 35,786 kilometer. But if you are writing 36,000 kilometer, it will never be wrong. It will never ever be wrong. So in your mains you can write like this, but your for prelims aspect this fact of figure, if you will see 35,786 kilometer is correct. Understood? But if you are writing in the I said that mains, just write 36K. Understood it? It will never be wrong. So low earth orbit, medium earth orbit, geosynchronous earth orbit, and another it is, I said that HEO, that is high earth orbit, and we can say that it is beyond 36,000 kilometer. And you understand that what is the meaning of 36,000 kilometer? It is 35,786 kilometer. Means I am talking about what is high earth orbit. It is above 36,000 kilometer. Next one that we have to see, that the different heights we have been able to see that there are orbits have been made for establishment of satellites in the different orbits. I say generally we have to, I said that suppose there is an earth, here it is, we have earth, and if I am talking about, you can see that if my orbit is at low earth orbit, if it is here, means I said that if the earth is here and it is 700 kilometer, suppose at a height of 700 kilometer my satellite is orbiting. So this orbit, low earth orbit, if I am talking about, it will cover very small area. You can see here it will cover very small area. So low earth orbit is covering, low earth orbit, listen me, I am giving a concept and also keep on noting down, low earth orbit is covering a small area, very small area. Yes or not? Thereafter I am talking about the height from 8,000 to 20,000 kilometer. If the orbit is there, so their signal will be able to reach to the little, I said that moderate, little larger area than LEO. So in the medium earth orbit, our here the signal is reaching, in the LEO signal is reaching in very small area. Clear? Signal is reaching in very small area, and in the medium earth orbit signal is reaching to the, I said that larger than low earth orbit, larger than low earth orbit, that you can see here, and in the GEO 36,000 kilometer, I will keep on saying 36,000 kilometer, but you should remember that 35,786 like this. But if I say that one satellite is 36,000 kilometers, so what is the significance of it? At one point if I say it will cover the large area, the signal will be able to cover to the large area. So I said in the geosynchronous earth orbit, that is I said 36,000 kilometer above the earth's surface, it is covering I said that large area, or we can say that one third of the earth surface. It is covering large area, or we can say that one third of the earth. Clear? So here I am coming, if I am coming here, so my point it is clear to you. If I am talking about the signal coverage area, in the low earth area, in the low earth orbit, the signal coverage is very small, and thereafter we can be able to coming towards, I said that medium earth orbit, it is larger than low earth orbit, and in the geosynchronous earth orbit, that is I said that 36,000 kilometer, it is covering larger area, or we can say that one third of the whole earth. That is clear now. So the next point that we are coming toward, so area wise we have been able to cover. Now what could be the, I said that this point must be clear to all of you, that small area larger than low earth orbit and very large area, that it is, I said that 1/3 of the earth. So now the next point that we are going to see, if it is, I am talking about that area wise clear, area point is area wise is clear that how much signal is approaching. My next point it is, I said that if I have to send a signal, and maybe I said that broadcasting, or we can say that telephonic services, broadcasting and telephonic services. Suppose I said that if I have and I said that satellite is in the low earth orbit, that is around 600, 800, 900 kilometer above the earth's surface, then it can cover a small area, yes or not? So suppose I am utilizing sending on a there it is an antenna, we have a large antenna, and from here a cricket match is taking place in, suppose in the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and from here I send the signal, and here it is also Chinnaswamy, here it is, suppose. If I am sending the signal to the low earth orbit, so it will suddenly reach to the low earth orbit and it will return back to the very small area, and if it is satellite is in the low earth orbit, and if it is in the medium earth orbit, if it is and from the Chinnaswamy cricket match and there is an antenna is there, and I am sending the signal to the medium earth orbit, it is the reaching to the signal up to this much area, small area, and if I am match is taking place in the Chinnaswamy, and if my satellite is in the, I said that 36,000 kilometers, so it will is covering larger area, so I can broadcast this match to the larger area, yes or not? I can broadcast this match in the larger area. Similarly, telephonic services I can send into the larger area. So telephonic services, or better to say that broadcasting something like this, and at the same time, suppose I said that your position also, I will discuss it later. So we can be able to say that, that for the better broadcasting and telephonic services, for the better broadcasting of any news channel, cricket match or anything, if it is broadcasting,